Hey guys, it's Sam for Digital Meat, and in this video I just wanted to give you guys an update, what's going on and what the future of Digital Meat may or may not be. So just a little bit of background. I work a day job, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and on top of that I do a little bit of freelance work just to try and keep my head above water. And on top of that I run the Digital Meat website, which is what you're looking at now. And I also make the tutorials and content that go on the website and the YouTube channel. And I've got to be honest, it's killing me. I don't get a lot of sleep because I'm always doing something. So in that vein, a little while ago, I decided that I'd look at ways to, I didn't want to put up a paywall, but I looked at ways of maybe generating a little bit of income to maybe ease off the pressure. So maybe I could drop the freelance work. And dedicate more time to making cool Cinema 4D videos for you guys, and maybe that revenue could help me get plugins and stuff for Cinema 4D so I could review them and tell you whether I thought they were any good or not. And because I'm not sponsored by anyone, there's all of my work is basically funded by you guys, that when I make a review on a product, it doesn't matter if I say it's shit or not, because I'm not being paid by sponsors in any way. So, and I'd like to keep it that way, to be honest. Anyway, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I did. The first thing I did was on my website, I set up a donation page, which is this page here. And I set up 3 tiers, although you can choose the amount that you want to give. As of this date, I've had 1 donation from a very generous person who gave me $20. So as you can see, that page hasn't really served its function, although that donation was greatly appreciated. The other thing that I also get funded by are YouTube, the ad revenue from YouTube. That generates maybe about $30 a month, so not much there. I also begrudgingly, and I really didn't want to do this, to be honest, I've got Google ads on my website, and to be honest, they're not very relevant to my site, even though I keep trying to make them so, and they don't generate any income really. I think in a month they made about 13 pence. So I hate the fact that I've got them on the website, and I think I want to take them down, to be honest, because I mean they're minimal and they're few and far between, but they're just not worth them being there. So that was another avenue I went down, which also turned out to be not very good. The other thing that I did was I thought, right, let's set up a store and maybe make some assets. And as you can see, it's a bit lacking in the store in terms of the models and the substance materials that come with them. And that's because so much of my time is taken up, working a day job and still trying to produce content for you guys. Again, it's just not enough hours in the day for me to actually sit down and create assets on top of the content that I'm making. So you can see how that would be problematic as well. So in terms of generating revenue so far, it's not been very successful. So I've got a plan. I've come up with a plan. And to be honest, this is kind of a last ditch effort, because like I said, it's affecting my sleep, it's affecting my health. And I don't want to turn this into a pity party at all. I don't want you to, this is not me going, oh, woe is me or whatever, but I'm just giving you the facts of what's going on. Because the last thing I want to do is shut down Digital Meat. I think how it's grown over the last couple of years is great. My subscribers on YouTube are great. The people that have signed up to be members of Digital Meat are absolutely brilliant. There's a lot of conversation going on in the comments as well, which is really nice to see. It brings a little fuzzy feeling to me. It's really good. And the last thing I want to do is kiss goodbye to it, because it's just becoming a little bit of a burden. And I really don't want to do that, because I love it. I really love it. So I've come up with a little bit of a solution, I think, anyway. I had run a Patreon page previously and shut it down because nothing was really going on with it. But I've set it up again because I think that this could be the answer. So here's my Patreon page and a little description about what would be sort of good to see. Now you'll notice that there's no goals and there are no rewards. And the idea of this page is if you become a patron of Digital Meat, what I think would be a really good idea is to become a patron and give $1 a month. Now, I think that's a good idea because $1 a month is not something that my subscribers are going to miss. I mean, it's $1. So in terms of the financial impact it'll have on my subscribers and users would be minimal. I doubt you'd notice it leave your bank account every month. But if enough of you do it, it could make all the difference to Digital Meat. So I'm hoping that I could drop my freelance work completely because of how you guys are supplementing me via this Patreon page. And if enough of you do it, I might even be able to do Digital Meat full time, which would be absolutely amazing because I've had a few ideas in my head for a couple of months now, and as you guys know that I've been making Cinema 4D content, I'd say for the intermediate user, but it'd be really, really good if I could do a series on some expert subjects and really get into the nitty gritty. I could even do, you know, these things may be complicated, but I could break it into sections and maybe do a series where it's 10 tutorials about the same subject and really sort of getting into the details. And then on the flip side of that, there are people coming to Cinema 4D from nowhere. They don't know anything about it. And I thought it might be a really, really good idea to actually do a series of tutorials where it's literally, it starts from ground zero. Someone that's opening Cinema 4D for the first time, they don't know what the hell they're looking at. So maybe do a series where it starts from that point of view, where it's like, right, how do you navigate around the viewport? What do all these weird symbols mean? And what can I do with Cinema 4D? So really start at the base level. So then that way there'll be something for everyone. For the complete novice, they can check out this series and then go on to my other tutorials. I'll still be making the intermediate stuff, which is just the general Cinema 4D quick tips, and this is how you'd go about doing this, that and the other. And then we've got the expert stuff, and maybe start drilling into some espresso and that kind of thing, and really how to set up complicated rigs, how to do some sort of gear towards more realistic renders, more complicated lighting, that kind of thing. So I think it could really be a good thing if I can just keep this going. So whether you're viewing my tutorials and this video on the website or the YouTube page, it would be really, really good to see what you guys think in the comments. Start a discussion. I'd really like to hear what you think about this. Like I said, I've always sort of not wanted to put a paywall between me and you. That's the last thing I want to do. So I want it to be completely voluntary. But again, I'd really like to hear what you think about this, just so I can get some feedback. That would be absolutely brilliant. On another note, on the YouTube page, if you become a Digital Meat subscriber on YouTube, when you hit the subscribe button, you may notice that you're not being notified when new tutorials and stuff are going up, and that's because of this little bell here. If you click that, it will say notifications from Digital Meat, and you can say send me all notifications for this channel and press save. And then that way, every time I put up a new tutorial, it will send you an email, or it will send you a push notification from up here where this bell is, telling you that there's a new tutorial up. Okay guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget to check out digitalmeat.uk. Please, I'd really love to know what you think about this, because it'll dictate the future of Digital Meat. So discussion is welcome. Okay, thanks guys. Bye. Sorry guys, that's not quite the end. I lied. There's a couple of other things that I just wanted to tell you quick. The Patreon page, even though there's no goals or awards, obviously the community is still there, so we can all talk to each other, and I'll be on there regular as well. But beyond that, what I will be doing is on the website where I'm selling these digital assets, providing that the Patreon goes well, which in turn will free up my time so I can create more of these things. What I'll be doing is posting these assets up on the Patreon page, at least some of them anyway, for free. So my Patreon users will be able to access some of these assets that are on my site, and they can just download them from the Patreon. And although I will be putting a link to the Patreon page in the description of this video, you can also find it on my YouTube page now. Up in the header, you've got these links. There'll be a link to the Patreon now. And on the website, if you go down to the bottom of the page in the footer, there's this little heart here, and that'll take you to the Patreon page. So that was just, I just want to add that on the end, so, you know, you guys knew what was going on. Okay, that is the end now. Bye.